everyone. So we'll get started. Trust me, you don't want to hear that squeak, squeak, squeak once we start yoga. She'll start on at it. All right, so we'll find our seated position, feet flat on the floor if that is possible. Spine as long and tall as it can be. Crown to the ceiling, but chin is parallel to the floor. All right. And if anyone wants to, I invite you, if you do want to do this first part standing or in another position, you are more than welcome to, whatever feels comfortable. So you could just take a moment if it feels okay to close the eyes or even just softening the gaze, which is just not focusing on anything, maybe looking onto the floor in front of you. We'll start taking a nice big inhale into the belly. Feel the belly rise and expand like a balloon. On the exhale, belly deflates, navel goes towards spine, all air comes out. And if you want, you could put your hand there if that helps. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. And continue at your own pace to your own breath, inhaling into the belly. Now, filling the belly with as much air as possible without straining, without stressing, taking nice, big, full inhales and full exhales, emptying all of the air out. So it's inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. And we'll let that breath grow and blossom into the rib cage, into the side body. So inhale, ribs expand. Exhale, ribs come back together. All air comes out. And if you have trouble isolating that breath, just picture it going there in your mind's eye. Inhale, ribs expand, fill with air. Exhale, all air out. And continue at your own pace to your own breath. Now we'll let that breath grow into the chest, into the heart. So inhale, slight rise of the collarbone. Exhale, slight fall. And continue inhaling into the chest, into the heart. Exhaling all air out. And we'll bring those 3 breaths together. So inhaling into the belly and the ribs and the heart. Exhaling from the heart, then the ribs, and then the belly. So we're going to picture that breath going there in our mind's eye, especially if you feel like you're having trouble isolating it. You're not doing it wrong. If it helps to count, you may count. So inhale, belly, 1, 2, ribs, 3, heart, 4, or 1, 2, belly, 3, 4, 1, 2, belly, 3, 4, ribs, 5, 6, heart. So 4 or 6, maybe even an 8 count. Inhale into the belly and the ribs and the heart. Exhale, heart, ribs, belly. And go ahead and take that next inhale whenever you are ready. Exhale, left ear goes towards left shoulder, nice and gentle. Inhale up, exhale other side. Inhale up. Exhale, chin towards armpit. So off to the side and forward a little bit. Inhale up, exhale other side. Good. Inhale up, exhale. Exhale, look over your shoulder like you're trying to see something behind you. And we can inhale back, exhale other side. And inhale back and relax. Good. I'll do some shoulder rolls. So shoulders can go up, back, and down, and just exploring here. And maybe only one shoulder wants to do it today. That's okay. Whatever is feeling good. I just want to remind everyone that everything here is absolutely optional. Keep doing those shoulder rolls. Everything's optional. You're not expected to do everything or anything. Some people just like to sit and listen, and that's okay too. So everything is absolutely welcome here. Whatever movements you find helpful, whatever you find nourishing. This is your practice. And reverse. We'll couple that way. Good. All right. So I think I finally got the dogs to settle down. I tried to lock the obnoxious one in the other room, and then the little quiet one barked. So I had to let them both loose. So I think they finally settled. And so I think our real lessons in mindfulness and in yoga and those sort of modalities is when we are doing it from home, right? So a lot of times we're in the yoga studio and it's just this perfect setting, right? It's quiet, it's beautiful, it's sparkling clean. We have all the props that we need and want, and we have no outside worries, right? Our phone, we turn the phone off. No one's gonna ring the doorbell. No one's home. No one's gonna bother you. That's there. That is, you know. And so when we're at home, it just changes the dynamics. But you know, we still have to we still have to do it. And it's it's our lesson because life is chaotic. Life is not perfect. We do not have these perfect settings and everything that we want to do in life. Oh, I want to go here, so I'm going to get on the road and no one's going to be in my way, right? That would be perfect, right? But that's not what happens. We get in the car and there's like this chaos of traffic or something happened, the road's blocked. So that's like working from home, I think. All right, let's take the left arm and we're gonna draw like a sideways figure 8, like an infinity sign, and crossing that left and right body. So making this 8, this infinity sign, as big as you can for your body. And you can go ahead and rock on the chair using those sits bones just to help with the arm, maybe making that even bigger. So what we're doing here is we're crossing that left and right brain. Good, and reverse. Yeah, it's not a trick. And if you don't know if you reverse correctly, it's going to feel a little weirder. So that's how you really know. And it doesn't feel as natural as the first way you chose. Good. And just like that, we're going to switch arms. Switch arms, same thing. And just noticing the difference and feeling the difference. Crossing that left and right brain. Good, and reverse. So the reversing is a little more awkward with your non-dominant arm, if you noticed. Or maybe reversing isn't awkward for you. Maybe you're noticing that. All right, you can let that be still. Shake them out. Do a little shake. All right. Just gonna make some wrist circles. So circling the wrist, maybe moving the fingers at the same time if that happens. And reverse. And then we can make fists and starbursts. Beautiful. Shake them. So can we shake both of them and then stop one and keep the other one shaking and then do the opposite? Oh, I already messed that up. So shake them both, stop one, make the other one shake them both, and then choose to make the other one not shake. It's okay if you mess up. This is another brain one. We're just exploring. All right. Good. Perfect. So we'll exercise the fingers a little bit. What we'll do is tenting the fingers, tenting the hands, fingertips all touching, right? All touching. And this is to your body, to your ability, right? So you're going to get as close to this as you can, right? No judgments here. And what we'll do is trying to keep all those fingertips touching. We'll make circles with our thumbs, circling our thumbs around each other. Now we're trying not to let them touch. We're going to circle one way a bunch of times and then circle the other way a bunch of times. And we're just trying not to let them touch, right? We're doing our best. That's all we can do here. If they touch, they touch, but we're just trying not to let them. Then we've had enough of the thumb. We're going to go on to the index finger, same thing, circling them around each other, trying not to let them touch. One way a bunch of times, and the other way. And keep going, middle finger. It's a little harder, maybe it's all hard, maybe it's all easy. I can only speak for myself. It does get a little harder. And that pesky ring finger. So a lot of people cannot do this one. I cannot do this one. Some people can. So you're just trying not to let it touch. And really taking your time with it, being patient, knowing that it might not work for you. It's really not working for me today. And then the pinky. And once you've done with the pinky a few times, go back and we're going to go back and do them all again. So go back after the pinky and start with the ring finger until you get to your thumb. And you could go ahead and do that at your own. And just take your time. Be patient with your body. We want to make sure we exercise these little parts that we often neglect, right? We want to keep that mobility, whatever we have in there. Go ahead and finish up whenever you're ready. You want to shake it out, make any movements, maybe you want to give them a little rub. Great. Now, if your feet come off the floor, you can lift them. If they do not come off the floor, leave them there. That's absolutely fine. Maybe one comes off the floor and the other one doesn't. That's great too. But what I want you to do before we start here is I want you to close your eyes. So close your eyes here. And either feet on the floor or lifted. And circle those feet, those ankles, toes towards each other. So toes towards each other, eyes are closed. And I want you to just picture those circles to be big and perfect and round. And you have all the mobility in the world in those ankles, no matter what they are doing. You have all the mobility in the world, like a child, right? Flexible, perfect circles. And then go ahead and reverse. Perfect circles, all the mobility there ever was available. Good. And now point your toes towards me and then towards you. And back and forth, pointing and flexing. And the same thing here, just picture them doing what you want, pointing and flexing. And now windshield wipers. So they're both going to move to the same side at the same time. Perfect. And now we'll bring those heels to the floor. Now, you might want to come a little bit forward in the chair. We're going to dig our heels into the floor and keeping our legs as straight, a little bend in the knees, but as straight as we can get them without locking those knees out. Now, for some people that are very tight behind the legs, you might want to keep more of a bend. If you're very flexible, there'll be less of a bend, but no matter what you do not lock your knees out. Not want to lock those knees. So legs are straight, Maybe you're a little bit forward in the chair safely. If that's not safe, you can stay sitting back in the chair. Maybe you want to hold on to the chair for a little more safety. You could either stay here if that feels good for you, or you may take a nice big inhale, exhale, and just coming forward, either sliding those hands down the legs or holding on to the chair with a flat back until you feel your stretch. So we don't want to hunch over around the spine to touch the toes. It's not really to get to your toes game. We want to keep our back flat and straight, just hinging forward at the hips. Good. And you're breathing. And you're feeling that stretch behind the legs. Nice deep breaths. And whenever you're ready, taking a nice inhale, you can come on up if you're forward, and come on back. And sit back in the chair if you moved at all. Back to that mountain pose. We'll do one more for the feet here. So we're gonna go up on our tippy toes and then our heels. I wish you could see my feet. Tippy toes and heels. So your tippy toes and then your heels, like if these were your feet, right? I'm sure everyone gets it. Tippy toes and then heels. A couple more. And this is to what your body is doing. Everything is free for whatever you can do, whatever you feel like today. Maybe one foot does it and the other one does not want to. That's okay. Everything's acceptable. You can let that be still. So we're honoring what we can do today, what's available to us today, which might not have been available in last class, or maybe there's more available today, right? So I heard a yoga teacher say once that we wake up in a different body every day for our yoga practice. But man, if you have MS, you can have a different body like 10 times that day. So we just have to honor that, right? Honor where that is and what that is. Beautiful. All right, let's do some yoga poses now. That's our warm up. We're done with our warm up, right? It's about half the class. All right. So bringing the feet apart, maybe chair leg width, maybe smaller, maybe wider, whatever feels good for you. And if you want to move a little forward in the chair so you're not leaning back, that's fine. Now, if you could take those feet and turn them out even more. So your feet are like this, maybe just turning them out. So the toes are pointing the opposite ways. We'll inhale goddess arms. This is our goddess pose. Good. This is our goddess pose. So we're going to hold this pose for a bit, and then you're going to feel it. You're going to start to feel it in the arms. Breathing. Holding our pose. Maybe feeling like a god or goddess. Godlike. In that powerful sense, right? No religion intended here. using that word, whatever that word means to you. And you're breathing. Good, nice big inhale though. On the exhale, we're going to take a forward bend, bending at the hips and just coming forward. Not to the floor, just forward. So maybe the back becomes flat and parallel to the floor if that's you. Or maybe it just comes forward a little bit. So whatever that feels good. And then inhaling up. Good. We're going to do a little flow. So we're going to exhale forward. And inhale up. Good. A couple more times. Exhale. Let's do one more. Good. And you're probably all ready to put your arms down. Make nice, shake it out. And we can bring those feet back. Beautiful. So that was supposed to be a little empowering. We'll do some more empowering poses, right? So we've had some heat and then rain, so I feel pretty powerless to that. So I'm trying to feel a little bit more empowered today. So what we'll do is a little bit more forward in the chair, if that's okay with you. Taking this left knee, and we're just going to point it towards our left as best we can. And our right leg is going to come out straight as we can. So we want to try it to our ability to keep both of our feet flat on the floor if that's possible. If not, that's okay. You can always go on the side or the ball or tippy toes or wherever that lands for you. So right foot is out as straight as it can be. And always, never lock the knees. We don't want to ever lock the knees. So knees are always soft, and it can always be as bent as you want. So you might notice the sides might be different. Maybe this leg is straight and the other side it's going to be bent more. And we just don't want to pull anything, right? So we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, look over that left middle finger over the horizon for our warrior. And go ahead, if you have your camera on, look at your arms. Are you like this? Or are you straight? Are you like this? See what you can do to make them straight. If that's not possible, that's okay. Or maybe one arm is not wanting this today. You can always bring a hand on the hip, or maybe even both of them. It's going to all be up to you. Okay. So looking over that left middle finger over the horizon, warriors, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. We're warriors of peace and love and healing, right? And we're breathing. Well, go ahead and take a nice big inhale. Exhale. Bring left arm to left thigh. Look at that right palm. Good. And then we'll inhale back up. Exhale, right palm comes to right leg. Look at that left. Good. Inhale back. Exhale, look over left middle finger. We're going to do that again. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Bend left arm, bring it to left thigh, look at that right. Inhale up, exhale, right palm to right leg, look at that left. Inhale back, exhale, look over left middle finger. Over the horizon, beautiful. And we can bring those arms down, help the legs back. Right. Hands on lap. Stir the pot. I see someone who already knew it was coming. Stir the pot. All right, that makes me think I have to make things different, so you can't predict. But we're releasing the back, so it's kind of predictable. Good. And reverse. My bad. Sorry, reverse. I didn't say it. I just did it. All right. Awesome. Beautiful. And you can let that be still. So I'm sure you know what's coming, right? The other side. So right knee's going to point towards the right as best as it can. Left leg's going to come out straight. Seeing if you can be on the bottoms of both feet. If not, that's okay. We're just trying to do that. But whatever is going to work for you without injury, without pain, without trauma. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, look over, right middle finger this time over the horizon. Words of peace and love and healing. Also take a peek at your arms if you can. Seeing if they're straight. And if they don't go straight, maybe straight is not your jam today, and they do have to be a little off. That's all right too. And you're breathing. Nice big inhale. Exhale, bend right arm, bring it to right thigh, look up at left. Good. Inhale back, exhale, left palm to left leg, look up at right. Inhale back, exhale, look over right middle finger. And again, nice big inhale. Exhale, bend left arm, right arm, bring it to right leg, look up at left. Inhale back, exhale, left palm to left leg, look up at right. Inhale back, exhale, look over, left middle finger over horizon. Warriors, warriors of peace and love and healing. Good. And you can bring it all in, help the legs in. Hands on lap. And straight on. Good. And reverse. Good. And come on back. You can sit back in that chair if you're forward at all. Maybe you already creeped on back. This is what we call our chair pigeon pose. If anyone is familiar with any yoga poses, this one is usually done on the floor, and it's not an easy one. It's there's a few versions, but the one main version before it was modified for anything it's a tough one. It's a serious hip opener. And then there's one that you can do a supine on the back, which I like to do in bed. It's a really good one because you're already there, right? You're already laying down. You have to get up and on the floor. Maybe I could show you that one some other time because it's a good one to definitely do at home. But today we're going to do the chair version. So we'll start with, let's just straighten out that right leg a little bit here. And crossing over at ankles. Now this might be for you, or maybe that that left leg moves up to the shin. You could stay there. Or maybe that left ankle goes right above that right knee, and you can even bend more into that knee. Now this is the fullest expression. Not everybody might be able to get here. So just finding your place. But say you get here and you're like, oh, that's a little bit too much, but I could do it. You could always just straighten out that right leg a little. It'll be a little bit easier on that left hip and left thigh. So that's going to be up to you. Now, if you have access to your foot right now, just take this opportunity to maybe give it some love. If you do not have access to that foot, close the eyes and just sending love to that foot, whatever love that foot needs today. Just picturing it. Even if you're touching it, just picturing yourself giving it some love. Good. And whenever you've had enough, you can let that be still. And we'll take a nice big inhale. So either staying here, or you can take a nice big inhale and exhale, come forward once again with that flat back. So we're not rounding the spine to reach more. We just got a nice flat back, hinging at the hips. And you want to feel that stretch in that left hip, that left thigh, being sure that your knees are safe. You're not coming too forward. No pain, no gain is not a thing in yoga. You're breathing. And whenever you're ready to inhale, you can come on up. Exhale, taking that right hand and bringing it to that left knee or shin or wherever it might, maybe even keeping it on the foot, wherever it might come. Left hand on thigh or chair. Inhale, lengthen spine nice and tall. Exhale, we're twisting towards that bent knee, towards our left, belly, ribs, and heart follow. Nice and gentle, nice gentle twist. Now, we do not want to over twist. So just a gentle twist. We want to make sure we can still twist. We still have that flexibility in our spine, especially for those of us who drive. You know, you have to be able to have that kind of movement, but we don't want to overdo it. That's a really easy way to injure yourself. I actually injured myself doing too deep of a twist not very long ago. So I know it's possible. But we do want to keep that flexibility as well. And whenever you're ready to inhale, you can come on back on that inhale. Exhale, help the leg down, make nice. It might feel funny, it'll go back. Nice. Good. So we'll go ahead and do the other side. So if you want to start with crossing those ankles over to see what's gonna happen for you, you can go right into whatever position you think you want to be in as well. You can move up to the thigh, or maybe your ankle goes right above the knee, but maybe that's a little too much on this knee, like me, and you want to straighten out a little bit in that left leg, and that's absolutely perfect. You can go ahead and, if you have access to your foot, give it a little love, or just close the eyes and send it some love. Don't forget the love for the toes. I think I forgot my toes on the other side. Toes need love too. Beautiful. And whenever you've had enough, you can let it be still. And once again, taking or rather just resting that right arm on the thigh or leg. Inhale, lengthen, exhale forward. So you want to find where that feels good. You don't want to strain the back or the hip or thigh, but you want to feel your stretch. You know, you're always welcome to stay sitting straight up as well if that's where you're at, since that might be enough for you. This can be a very intense hip stretch. But if there's anything off about your gait, you probably have one side that's a little bit tighter. So just honoring that. And whenever that next inhale comes, you can come on up. Exhale, left hand on chin or knee or ankle, right hand on thigh or chair. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepening the twist, twisting towards the bent knee, probably towards your right. And you're breathing. Just maybe lengthening on that inhale, or just picture that spine lengthening on that inhale. Being careful not to over twist. You want to feel it, but we don't want to over twist. Good. And whenever you're ready to inhale, you can inhale back. Exhale, help the leg down. Always make nice. Perfect. Hydration break. Right. So even though some trees have been troublesome in my area recently, lots of winds, but I think those of you who are in Florida had it a little bit worse. We're going to be trees. And today we are definitely going to be windy trees. So that's going to be fun, right? So let's start. We'll take our left foot and crossing it over the right, and seeing if you can engage the bottoms of both feet onto the floor. So you might have to do some finagling. If that's your thing. If that's not possible, that's okay. Some of you might have your feet up as well, and that's absolutely fine. We're just doing, we're doing what we can. Maybe you could just cross over on ankles, or maybe not. Now, we'll bring our palms together in front of the heart and close your eyes. Close your eyes here, unless you want to take a little peek to see what I'm doing, but it's more fun to just do your own thing and not even know what you're looking like. It's kind of more fun. So if it feels okay, if it feels right, go ahead and close the eyes here. Remembering everything is optional, right? Taking a nice big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the arms up as if they were tree branches, and we're going to be a tree. And so maybe you want to picture the tree you are. Maybe you have a favorite tree, favorite kind of tree, or maybe you have a favorite specific tree. So we're going to be a tree. And then we're going to be windy. So what does your windy tree look like? Is it really windy? Is it a little windy? What is your windy tree like? Being a tree. Really feeling it. Breathing. Beautiful. And taking a nice big inhale above the head, bringing the palms together if that works. Exhale, palms together down to the middle, back to the heart. Perfect. Let's switch our feet. So our right one is over left. So right foot's crossed over left foot. Seeing if we can engage the bottoms of both feet on the floor. Once again, if that's you, palms together. Nice, close the eyes if that feels safe. Or you may soften the gaze if that doesn't feel okay. Just without like staring and focusing on the screen or anything else. Just soft gaze maybe onto the floor in front of you. Nice big inhale. Exhale, be a tree. And try to see if you can be another kind of tree. Maybe your branches are different this time, but it's still going to be windy. And you're breathing, and you're windy, and your branches. Maybe just really picturing you're this beautiful tree blowing in the wind. And this is safe wind, so no power outages here. Beautiful trees. What kind of tree are you? And just use your imagination. Do whatever feels good. Maybe it's really exaggerated movement. Maybe it's subtle. This is a chance for you to make all of those movements that you need that we didn't touch upon. Good, and whenever you were ready, you can inhale, and we'll just bring the palms up as high as we can, and exhale down the middle when you're ready. Perfect. And we can undo those feet or your tree trunk, whatever you want to call them. Good. So now is my favorite, gratitude receive, right? So those of you who have been to class, I'm sorry, I have to repeat how to do this every time, so just bear with me. I'll try to do it quickly. So what we do is we'll ask for something that we want or need. It does not have to be for you. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be, I realized once someone came to me and they're like, I can't think of the right things that I want or need. I mean, everyone's got wants. Hopefully more wants than needs, but we also, it could be something small. It could be like, I need a new salt and pepper shaker. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be this big spiritual, thing. It could be anything. Maybe you just want a little bit more money or something. Or maybe it is, maybe you want help, maybe, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So what we'll do is we'll ask, we'll inhale, we'll open our hearts, open our arms, we'll look up to the sky, heaven, universe, whatever, Santa Claus, whatever it is. Ask for something we want or need. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Bow forward. This is the most important part. Bow forward, expressing gratitude for something that we have, right? So 5 times, 5 different things that you are grateful for. As far as asking, it could be the same thing 5 times. It doesn't matter. Asking is It's whatever you want it to be. But the only rule is 5 different things you're grateful for today, okay? So we'll start together. We'll do it 5 times. We'll probably not finish together. So go at your own pace, your own breath, and that's that. Nice big inhale. Nice long exhale. And go ahead and start at your next inhale. What do you want? What do you need? And what are you grateful for? And keep going 4 more times at your own pace. And whenever you're finished, eyes closed or gaze soft, and either palms together in front of the heart, or maybe you want to open the palms for more receiving on your lap. And just what were you asking for? So what would it look like? What would it be like? What would it feel like? As if it were. As if it were. What would it be like? As if it were. What would other people involved look, be, feel like? Is there a place, picturing the place? Is there an outfit? Is there a sound, a smell? Really, really holding on to that visualization. Really seeing that. What would it be like? As if it were. A few more seconds, just really holding on to that as if it were. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and find your most comfortable pose, your most comfortable place. Maybe you want to lie down. Maybe you want to stay where you are. Maybe you want to stand. Maybe you want to switch chairs. Maybe you want to switch rooms. Whatever it is, feels good. Go ahead and find a nice, comfy little place for the next few minutes. And see if you could find that place in your head where the thoughts come in. And just see if you can make it a little smaller. And meditating is not about not thinking at all, right? It's not about not thinking. It's about quieting, honoring whatever comes up. Maybe you go back to that 3-part breath that we started with. Sometimes breath focus. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart. Whatever it is today. Honoring whatever comes up for you. Letting the practice sink in. Reaping the benefits of our practice. I'm just going to read a card for you from our 4 Agreements deck. So you could stay where you are. I feel like I've read this one, but it's in the top where I shuffled them and I put them underneath, so that's okay. Don't take anything personally. That's one of the 4 agreements. Don't take anything personally. Relinquish self-importance. Personal importance, or taking things personally, is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. Don't take anything personally. So you can start to wiggle some fingers and some toes. Perhaps move your head side to side. Take a body stretch of the yawn. Like you just woke up. Oh, fully refreshed. And we will meet with our palms together in front of the heart. If that's you. And the light in me honors that in each of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thanks
Bye,
for
Michelle.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks
Bye.
for sharing your practice today.